Hey everyone, Chief Zero here again. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Fallout 76's endgame content loop and whether or not it's been improved or still not really good enough to entice other players. Now, just a fair warning, while I will be talking about the core mechanics of Fallout's endgame loop, from a pure gameplay point of view, towards the end I will be giving my own opinions about it from a player perspective as well, but I'll let you guys know ahead of time so that I can try to stay as objective as possible. Okay, so first off, what is endgame content? For those new to Fallout 76 or any live service type of game, endgame content is what you, the player, can work towards or continue playing after you beat the main story. The incentives can be stuff like new high-leveled inventory, secret bosses, or storylines that the game didn't necessarily tell you about or might have teased somewhere along the way. It could also be activities such as raids or multiplayer activities that promises overpowered loot, or just loot in general that you can't get anywhere else in the game. In vanilla Fallout 76, the only endgame activity to play was the Scorchbeast Queen public event, where players had to fight to take down a giant Scorchbeast. Why? Because it was a chance at earning high-tier loot, mutation recipes, and ultracite armor plans, but most importantly, weapon and armor loot. As you all know already, Fallout 76 players really love making builds for the characters, whether they be junkies, bloodies, food, heavy gunner, etc. People really love trying to optimize their own playstyles, so they hunt for 3-star legendaries, spawn the queen, or buy and trade for the weapons and armor that they need from various groups online using the only in-game currency at the time, caps, or just straight up trust in a completely random stranger to trade you an item for an item and hope they don't just run off with your hard-earned loot. And for pretty much the entirety of this game's lifetime, that's how it's been. However, the endgame loop I was referring to earlier are the actions you, the player, can take to earn that vanilla and endgame content. Like I mentioned before, the only way to really earn high-tier loot was by pure RNG from legendaries, or using caps to buy them from other players or purchase various weapons, weapon mods, armor mods, or camp item plans from vendors at various train stations around Appalachia with their own unique pool of plans to sell. As you can probably imagine, this got old pretty fast since you can only normally earn about 1,400 caps a day from vendors and the rest by doing missions, public events, or just cap stashes. So the first endgame content loop was Step 1, exploring, and hope you run into legendaries, or you can just nuke White Springs for large amounts of legendaries. Don't worry, nobody will judge you. We all do it. Step number 2. Sell the useless ones for caps so they don't take up inventory space, and repeat until you find something close to what you want, which in turn lets you earn caps to buy plans from vendors, and then you just rinse and repeat. When the first big DLC, Wild Appalachia, came out, it introduced the legendary purveyor vendor, player vending, and a high-level activity to scratch that in-game itch, but really ultimately failed to do so. With a legendary script system and player vending, players had new additions to their gameplay loop. Now, instead of selling the useless legendary items people would get from their daily grind, they can now trade them in for a new in-game currency called script, and eventually earn enough to purchase a randomized multi-starred legendary item of your choosing. However, the limits placed on the amount of script you can acquire every day, 150 to be exact with a cap of 1,000, ensured that this would be part of your endgame routine. However, caps were still only limited to purchasing regular items everywhere else. Player vending solved this by giving players the option to sell their unwanted legendaries for caps in their camps, keeping a steady income at the very least. The next meaningful step towards endgame content and gameplay loop was surprisingly the Nuclear Winter Battle Royale mode introduced during the summer, which required players to level up in Overseer ranks up to level 100 to earn new camp items not found anywhere else in-game, such as clothing or skins for your weapons and armor, but most importantly, the new Hellfire Power Armor skins. This was supposed to be a long-term goal for most players to acquire while they waited for new PvE content, so it technically counts as endgame content, but kinda sorta related to the gameplay loop. One minor note relating to the sorta kinda endgame was the tadpole and possum content revolving around earning badges to unlock backpack mods, but while that definitely was a grind and a half to earn, it was completely optional, so we're not gonna count it. Lastly, with the Wastelanders update, we now have a new in-game endgame currency called Gold Bullion. Players can access this new currency upon beating the new Wastelanders DLC story mode. Like the legendary script, there's only a certain amount of gold bullion you can earn a day, 200 a day to be exact, with a possibility of 300 every week from a special vendor. The way you earn gold bullion though is rather interesting because it allows for a little bit more flexibility on how to get it. The first and main method is with treasury notes. Players can earn this through daily missions, public events, and the amounts of notes awarded depend on the difficulty of the event, which I'll throw up on screen for you right now in case you need it. However, be aware that items and plans purchased and crafted with gold bullion cannot be traded with other players or placed in another player's camp. They are only for you. The once a week vendor you can purchase bullion from offers bullion in sets of 50 for 1,000 caps each for a max of 6,000 caps for 300 bullion. This is the first time that caps have been an option for endgame use in a more meaningful way, allowing players to earn endgame loot in multiple ways. Currently, there are 3 factions that you can use the bullion for: the Secret Service, Raiders, and Settlers, each with their own unique pools of weapon, armor, and camp plans for sale with bullion. However, for the Raider and Settler factions, you must also earn a high enough reputation standing to unlock certain items before you can purchase them by completing their daily quests, assisting them throughout the main story, or helping them fight off enemies throughout Appalachia. So, what does this all mean? It means that there is a lot to do and a lot to earn in Fallout 76, currently with many ways to do so. Now, our current gameplay loop now looks something closer to this. Step 1. Explore to look for legendaries to kill while gaining reputation, earning caps, and doing the following steps. Step 2. Check for public events to do to earn treasury notes while completing your dailies and faction reputation. Step 3. Turn in your treasury notes for your 200 bullion a day, purchase your potential 300 bullion for caps so you've been earning if applicable, and spend them or save them for a particular item. Step 4. Trading in your unwanted legendary items for scrip to spend or save up. Step 5, which is totally optional. Sell things in your vending machines for a steady flow of cap income to purchase other items if you haven't done so by now. With how expensive bullion plans can be, how grindy it could be to earn the necessary reputation to unlock plans to purchase, and the limitations placed on all in-game currency that can be earned in a day, this has become Fallout 76's endgame content loop more or less, with personal variations depending on how much you care about certain obtainable items and how much you really want that necessary armors and weapons for your own specific character build, or camp plans to decorate your home with. Okay guys, we're nearing the end of this video, and if you're still here, I just wanted to thank you guys really quick for watching this video so far and sticking around and listening to my thoughts on this. Now, this is the part where I want to give you my own personal opinion about all of this. And of course, it goes without saying, but you don't have to actually agree with me on any of this that I'm gonna say or have already said throughout this entire video. So yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. But as for my own thoughts about this, I personally really enjoy it. Mainly because most of these steps can be completed within an hour or so on top of your Atom challenges. The only lengthy part I would say is grinding the public events for the treasury notes. But as far as we know, we can hold an unlimited amount of those. So you can literally spend an entire day grinding events to build up notes so you can turn them in over several days. I'm glad Bethesda gave us the option to purchase Bullion with the cap currency for those who may not have a lot of time to play, or just as an extra bit of oomph for grinders like myself. Earning notes and legendaries while completing those steps listed above are also great because you can turn those in for script at another chance at a slightly controlled experience to get what you want, and if not, then you can just script them again for the next time or sell them at your camp for some caps for your next round of Bullion. I think Bethesda did a really good job with giving players meaningful stuff to do and how to earn the stuff we want. Of course, it's going to take a while to earn everything, but that's the point. We're not supposed to acquire everything within a week. Otherwise, we'd get bored already and we'd end up back in vanilla Fallout Endgame again. The best part of all of this is that I think it's also solved an issue with player price gouging and relying on complete RNG to get what you want from strangers who could potentially scam you out of your items. But I want to talk about that in a separate, shorter video. So if you're interested in that, it should be up sometime next week. Thank you all for watching, and please let me know what your thoughts are regarding Fallout's new endgame loop. Did you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm just totally wrong on all of this? Or do you just not really care and just want to explore and play the game? Whatever you guys think about Fallout 76 and its endgame content, please let me know down in the comments below. I love reading about your own personal stories regarding the game, and I want to know about what your personal endgame content gameplay loop is. Like, what do you normally do when you sign on Fallout 76? Is it anywhere close to what I listed above? If so, or if not, let me know. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Chief out. New in-game currency, Bullion. Step 2. Sell the useless ones for caps so that they don't take. Later, they introduced the legendary Purveyor vendor, players blah blah. When the first big DLC, Wild Appalachia, came out, it introduced there's the option to sell their unwanted legendaries for caps, as well as in their camps. What? Wait, what? Interesting, because it allows for a little bit more flexibility on how to get it. The first and main for 2 billion and bullion. I've said bullion so many times in this video, I'm gonna cry. Bullion.